We're live at the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center here in Sugarland for the second half of our quarterfinal doubleheader as Fair Creek makes the trip down to take on the Ridge Point Panthers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center with David Feliciano. Michael Silvers with you. Delighted to have you along for the ride. So the winner of this one will meet Memorial West tomorrow morning, Willowbrook Aerodrome in the Justice Cup semifinals. And the Ridge Point Panthers finished the regular season 8 points back of the only team they couldn't beat this season, the Memorial West Whalers. Their opponents tonight, Fair Creek, are a team the Panthers swept in 2 games during the regular season. From a Panthers perspective, they certainly have firepower, with 6 skaters having at least 21 points or more entering this game tonight, Dave.
That's what I like about Ridge Point. Balance, balance, balance. They don't really have a big-time, massive star, but they have about 6 really solid players in their first 2 lines. We've done a bunch of their games this year. One of the most balanced teams all year.
As far as Fair Creek is concerned, their highest point getter is senior Caden Swanson, but he's not here tonight. He has 14 goals and 20 points, so he will be missed. But this is also a team that led the league in penalties, Dave, spending a collective 402 minutes in the box. They took 15 penalties in 2 games against Ridge Point this season, 13 minors, 2 misconducts. This is certainly something I'm sure they are aware of coming into Sugarland tonight.
Correct. They're a grinded-out team. They don't score a lot. They don't give up a lot. A lot of these teams, it's a physical team, a penalty team. And they win games 3-2, and that's what they're hoping for tonight, something tight.
Coming up next, we'll have the scratches, the starting lineups, the goaltending matchup, and Dave's keys to the game, so stay tuned. This is the ISHL Justice Cup playoffs on LSN Sports.
Hey Texans fans, Drew Doherty here. Are you looking for a new home? First Community Credit Union has everything from purchase loans to construction loans, VA loans, and more. With our competitive rates, low to no closing costs, and rate match guarantee, FCCU can help you navigate home ownership. Discover your options at FCCU and get pre-approved today at fccu.org/home loans. First Community Credit Union is the official credit union of the Houston Texans. First Community Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Back at the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center in front of Ridge Point and Fair Creek. Scratches for tonight's game for Thomas Troutman, the head coach of Fair Creek, who finished the regular season 10-9-3. Caden Swanson is the only scratch. It's a big one since he's the team's leading scorer. For acting head coach of Ridge Point, Tom Anderson, the Panthers finished 14-4-4 and second in the South Division. Jeb Gould and Brent Kasich are the 2 scratches. The starting lineups are brought to you by the Walk-Up Company, the metal fabricators. For Fair Creek, Rocco Buffano, Lucas Dyer, and Nicklas Vecchione are up front. On defense will be Andrew Pattison and Roberto Garcia. For Tom Anderson and the Panthers, Matthew Boivay will center Zachary Lloyd and Drew Blake. On defense, Nolan Bultina and Valerie Kupich. The goaltending matchup, Blake Tucker in goal for Fair Creek, sophomore, 6-5-2 on the season. 2.50 goals against average, a .909 save percentage. He's 5th in the league in goals against. third in save percentage and second in shutouts. He'll duel with Nathan Thomas, 9-2-3 on the year with a 2.29 goals against and an .880 save percentage. Thomas fourth in goals against in the league, sixth in save percentage, tied for second in wins and tied for third in shutouts. Keys to the game brought to you by First Community Credit Union. Think first.
Well, for Rich Point, keep the balance. 5 or 6 really solid players right off the start. Share the wealth. If they can get a bunch of people with a couple of points. You want to avoid a close game because Fair Creek wants something really tight. They're going to need, for Fair Creek, they're going to need more than 3-2. And they're going to have to improve on their power play, only 14%. So if they can get some power play goals, that'll be good. Maybe somebody on Fair Creek can pick up for the missing Caden Swanson.
During the regular season, the Panthers dominated both games against Fair Creek with wins of 5-2 and 6-1. Kean Stafford has feasted on Fair Creek, leading all scorers with 4 goals, including a hat trick back on October 23rd, which was the first meeting of the season series. Fair Creek took 13 minor penalties in the series, Lucas Dyer receiving a 10-minute misconduct in the first game, and the absent Caden Swanson getting one in the second game. Ridge Point were called for just 6 penalties in the 2 games combined. The officials for this quarterfinal, the referees are Paul Wilkinson and Carl Sasson. Johnny Dibburn and Greg Lazan will work the lines. Ridge Point to our left, and that is where goaltender Nathan Thomas is stationed, and Blake Tucker to our right. Ridge Point in all black trimmed in white and purple, and Fair Creek in white trimmed in silver, maroon, and black. Bufano and Boivay for the face-off. The winner gets the top-seeded Memorial West Whalers tomorrow morning. They jostle in the neutral zone, and here comes Drew Blake. Right wing circle, a shot, and an early goal at the side of the net by Zachary Lloyd. 8 seconds in, 1-0 Ridge Point.
That's got to be a record, Mike. I don't remember anything that fast in all the games we've done. That was an easy pass. Drew Blake, simple pass to his left, wide open. They forgot about him on the back door, Mike.
Just the 3rd goal of the season and the first of the postseason for junior Zachary Lloyd. And an early start on the scoreboard for the Panthers. They have it in their own end. Ahead for Drew Blake, right wing, middle of the ice, too far in front of Boivay. Played by Roberto Garcia behind the net. Up the far boards, it ricochets out to center ice. Nolan Boltina. Pass to Valerie Kupich, right defense. Sent to the middle of the ice by Vecchione. Now it'll be steered in by Roberto Garcia. Then he takes his shot at the blue line by an exiting Boivay. To the near boards, comes out the center. Bufano lost it to Brock Cote. Spun up the board, but not out of the zone. Bavano comes in for support for Fair Creek. Andrew Pattison will chase down the puck. He's monitored by Charlie Blake. And Pattison puts on the brakes, reverses, and sends it up the left wing boards to Vecchione. Now ahead from Bufano to Lucas Dyer, who took a 10-minute misconduct in the first meeting back in October when these two met. And it was a 5-2 Ridge Point victory. Puck off the far boards, out the center. Sent back towards the blue line by Zachary Burnett, sophomore for Fair Creek. And now an interception by Jesse Papa, looking for a centering pass. That's deflected in the left wing corner. Burnett, make that Pickett. Burnett chases it down as Pickett sent it below the goal line. Pickett gets it back off the ricochet from the far boards, and he shuttles it in deep. Cole Motton there to play it behind the net. Up the far boards for Brock Cote, 5th in points per game in the ISHL this season, averaging 2 points a game for Ridge Point. Just over 2 minutes gone. Puck goes out of play in front of Sydney Brooks. And we were talking with her mother before we came on the air. Brooks is headed to Arizona State University to play women's hockey in the ACHA. She's also a level 1 official, so she might be on the ice as an official in the future for ISHL games. 1-0 Ridge Point. They skate from left to right. Here's Nolan Boltina with speed. Right wing circle, a pass over to the left side. Axel is denied by Blake Tucker, who gave up an early goal at 8 seconds into today's game. It is 1-0 Ridge Point.
Well, Fair Creek's got to worry about that back door. That was almost the second goal to the right of the goaltender. I mean, that's going to be a problem. They got to shut that down.
Brooks won the faceoff. Puck comes out to center ice. And did that puck watch
Whoa.
out.
Jeez.
Shot up into the bench, or excuse me, into the bleachers here.
We get hazard pay for this, Mike?
No, didn't come our way at least. Ridge Point averaging 5.8 goals a game this season. Fair Creek 2.9. The Panthers ended the regular season with 3 straight ties if you don't count the forfeit win over PFC the week of spring break when PFC didn't have enough players to play in the game. Here's Karillis, high slot, shot redirected off the stick of Valerie Kupich, and it went wide of Thomas's net. Kept alive. Garcia blasts one, sticked aside by Thomas. First tough save by Nathan Thomas in this first period. 3 minutes gone. Puck is flipped all the way down. Garcia will chase it down. No icing. Nope, they will call it icing. With 3:08 gone by here in the first period, it is 1-0 Panthers.
Again, Fair Creek without Swanson, but really good pressure so far. A couple of good slap shots. One of them from pretty far out, but it looks like they haven't lost too much.
Faceoff comes down to Thomas, Boivay, and Buffano. Fair Creek, the only team this season to hand the top-seeded Memorial West Whalers a loss. It was 2-1. But we should qualify that by saying Memorial West had only 9 skaters in that game, and none of those 9 were the league's top scorer, Matthew Frazier, or top assist man. Here's Zachary Lloyd with a shot off a turnover, and he scores right between the circles. That is his second of the period.
And Lloyd coming out of nowhere here. He's something like the 12th leading scorer on this squad. 14 points, 2 goals coming into this one. He has a turnover. He made use of a turnover and stuck it in. If they can get points from their third liners, that's terrific.
2-0 inside the first 3:31 of today's game. Memorial West scored 4 with just over half the first period gone in their win that preceded us over Klein. They eventually shut out Klein 8-0 to advance to tomorrow's semifinal, and they'll play the winner of this one. Garcia has it go by him on the tape of Jesse Papa, and he will shoot it all the way down, and icing is called on Fair Creek.
And if folks like Lloyd are getting in there and having a big night, what a positive for the Panthers. This is a dream start. 2-0 in the first 4 minutes.
3:57 gone by. Fair Creek has won 2 Justice Cup championships as a club in their history. Puck in the slot, comes down to the top of the crease, steered into the corner by Garcia, then turned over. Played back to Valerie Kupich, holding the right point. She loses possession, goes all the way down off the stick of Pickett, and Bear Creek ice it again. Ridge Point has a championship to conclude the 2017-2018 season.
I remember that one.
Both of Fair Creek's championships under the watch of former head coach Paul St. Amand. Face off now to the left of Blake Tucker. Played in both of the games in this series. Marshall, his counterpart, and his teammate, both of them sophomores. He played in only the second game in March, gave up 4 goals on 21 shots. Tucker has an .825 save percentage against Ridge Point this year. Up the near boards, it's cleared out by Fair Creek to the neutral zone. Nolan Boltina hands it to left defense. Up ahead now for Charlie Blake, who gains the zone. Got away from Andrew Pattison. Pattison gets the puck and spins it back out to center. Valerie Kupich chases it down. Burnett hot on her trail. She plays it up the near board, stopped at the half point by Papa. He shoved into the boards. McMillan keeps it alive, left point. Then it comes out to center ice where Brock Cote will skate it in along the right wing boards. Taken off the play. Good defense by Patrick McMillan, but Cote gets it back on the far boards and cycles it in down low with 9:45 to go. First period, it is 2-0 Ridge Point. 2 early goals by Zach Lloyd. Boltena up the far boards. Burnett on his backhand will steer it out to center ice. Taken from behind by Boltena, and he pitches it in. Here's McMillan off the glass and down into the Ridge Point zone. Will be stopped there by Matthew Kupich, the senior for Ridge Point. Skated in 19 games, 7 goals, 15 points for Matthew Kupich. And he gets possession of the puck again and sends it on a lead pass that is shot into the zone by Sidney Brooks, the future Arizona State Sun Devil. Here's Sebastian Karillis, lost it to Motton, then it is fed out to center ice. Big blast by Papa, pad save made by Thomas with 8:50 to go in the first period. Connor Bailey out for a shift, carried in. Drew Blake, right wing circle, tough angle, shooting one. That is stopped by Tucker. Back come Fair Creek, skating from right to left. It goes through the legs of Sebastian Karillis, a freshman. 3 goals, assists, and 4 points as Ridge Point spin it into the zone and ice it with 8:31 remaining in the first period. The Panthers have a 2-0 lead.
The pace of this game's breathtaking, which is incredible pace.
Talking with acting head coach Tom Anderson, that was one of his things that he said we should expect to see tonight. Fast team, lots of shots.
Yeah, I would agree.
Here's Pattison, left defense, couldn't hold it in, and here comes Boivay, 3-on-1. Pattison quick to get back. Puck to Lloyd, shooting from a tough angle, hit the side of the net as he tries to work on a hat trick here in the first period. Sends a pass in front that goes all the way through and out to center ice, where Nolan Boltena is there to play it at left defense. Up to Boivay, chips it along to Zachary Lloyd. Karillis battling against him. Lloyd backhands it in to the Fair Creek bench. Almost 7 minutes gone by here in period 1, 2-0 Panthers.
That's one of the Panthers' strongest points is the skating. I mean, they have folks like Stafford, who might be the fastest guy in the league. If you can outskate your opponent, I mean, that's why they may have a chance against Memorial. Not a huge chance, but I think outskating them could be their shot.
Fair Creek won both games against Fair Creek in the season series by a combined 11-3 score. Here's a shot by Dyer, stopped by Thomas. They outshot Fair Creek 62-48, and Kean Stafford led all Panthers with 4 goals. We haven't seen Stafford on the ice so far.
Yeah, interesting.
And there's nobody in the Ridge Point penalty box serving any carryover penalties from a preceding game. A lot of contact between Geyer and Gross near boards. Both of them went down. Garcia at center. Peeling off of him is Boivay, who collides with Dyer, circling with the puck at his own blue line. Garcia tries to skate through 2 Panthers. He's able to plow into the offensive zone before eventually losing possession to Boivay. Comes back on the checking of Boivay, got it back, sent it to Vecchione. Back to Jesse Papa, then it's Zach Lloyd who shoots it out of the zone, but not all the way down. Here comes Fair Creek skating in on the backhand, and that is forced wide as McMillan takes a big shot, and a penalty will be forthcoming. Extra attacker on the ice as Tucker goes to the bench, and a whistle halts play. Cross-checking is the penalty, and I think it's Boivay who's going to go.
That was one of the more vicious hits we've seen all day. I mean, that was a definite cross-check. Lucky that we don't have a hurt player. Surprised that's not a major penalty either. It's getting chippy. The last few shifts down, either squad, a lot of big hits. Dyer came off, and he was frustrated.
Mr. Electric power play for Fair Creek. Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better. They had the 6th best power play in the league during the regular season, scoring on 14% of their power plays. But this is the top-ranked penalty kill unit in the league. 96.6% of their penalties killed, and the Panthers will try to kill this one as Boivay sent to the box for cross-checking. Ridge Point able to clear the zone early. McMillan at left defense as Thomas Troutman's team tries to set things up. Kean Stafford now on the ice for Fair Creek on this penalty kill. Far boards, he clears the zone all the way down it goes. 6.5 to play. Tucker plays it to the far boards. Just out of the reach of an on-rushing Charlie Blake. Back come Fair Creek. Centering pass goes through. Vecchione near boards. Ladled it back. McMillan shoots. Punched away by Thomas. Below the goal line. Point blank shot. Buffano stopped. At the side of the net, they shoot and score on the power play. Fair Creek cuts the deficit in half. It is Jesse Papa who scores his 7th goal and a big one on the power play here in this Justice Cup quarterfinal.
They flooded the area in front of the net, and Papa got a loose puck. And that's what you got to do, just put a bunch of bodies out there, get a rebound. Boy, it got frenzied right in front of the goal, and Papa with a big finish.
Power play goal at 8:53. Now Lucas Dyer skates in left wing circle. High shot off the shoulder of Thomas. A battle in the left wing corner. Dyer sends a Panther down. That was Valerie Kupich. Now Dyer wheels with it. Outside of the right circle, shooting one that comes all the way across. Vecchione down low. Buffano backhand, and he's just came out. I think Nolan Boltena just saved his goaltender along the goal line. It looked like that was a surefire game-tying goal. Puck sent in to the Ridge Point bench.
Yep, Thomas is hugging Boltena, Mike, as you said. That's when the defender becomes the goalie, and that was a last-second save. Thomas was in no position to make that save. Wow, this game's intense already.
5:26 remaining. Face-off outside of the Panthers zone. They have a 2-1 lead. Up the right wing, it's Stafford who carries across. He's got Charlie Blake. Blake into the goal. Shot from a tough angle. Stafford taken down. Matthew Kupich below the goal line for Brock Cote. Far boards. Cycles it in down low. 5:05 to play here in period 1. Puck to Motton. Motton shooting just wide. Now Stafford down to below the goal line, cycling to Cote. Cote caught in traffic, and it'll be sent all the way down. An icing called on Fair Creek with 4:45 remaining.
This is a playoff game. I mean, this is probably the fastest, hardest hitting game we've seen in weeks. Unbelievable pace.
Faceoff comes down to Blake Tucker. Bridgepoint had 2 4-game winning streaks this season. Season-long winning streak for Fair Creek was 3 games from October 25th to November 1st. 4:40 to go. Skating out will be Sipes. Sipes down and across the offensive line, battling in the corner. Puck on the stick of Bailey. Left it for Brooks. And now Mott had his pocket pick. Sipes turns with it, shooting softly. And an easy save by Nathan Thomas. David Sipes, a senior, still looking for his first goal. This his 15th game for Fair Creek this season.
He almost got one there on the steal. And Fair Creek, again, doesn't have their best scorer, but a pretty good attack tonight, out shooting him so far 6-4.
Haven't seen a Johnny Sams yet. Thomas Troutman told us he expected him to be there. Sams, Dyer, and Karillis, the only 3 to ever score against Ridge Point this season during the regular season. I'll now add Jesse Papa to that list as Karillis takes a big shot by Boivay after he shoots it in. Boy, the hitting is huge so far in this first period. McMillan kept it alive only momentarily, sent down the ice by Drew Blake, and in a skate race, icing is waved off. They'll battle in the right wing corner with 3:50 to play in the first period. 2-1 Ridge Point. Winner gets Memorial West. A cross-ice pass goes all the way through to the far boards, and it is cleared out to the center zone by David Sipes. Laid off the boards, back into the Fair Creek zone. 2 far in front of Drew Blake. McMillan recoils behind his zone net. He'll be watched by Drew Blake. Kept alive at the blue line as they couldn't clear. Boivay has Drew Blake breaking to the goal. He shoots though, Boivay, and shot it off target. Down he went, and a tripping call will be assessed on Fair Creek.
That's one of those Bobby Orr ones where he comes in, makes the shot, gets tripped up, flies through the air. Boivay almost a keeper.
McMillan goes.
And Ridge Point will benefit. And right up their alley here.
Well, talking with Thomas Troutman before the game, he said one of the big keys was not to take a ton of penalties. 13 minors in the 2 regular season games. McMillan in the box for tripping. McMillan, the team leader in penalty minutes, with 75 coming in. Collectively over 400 minutes spent in the penalty box by Fair Creek. Playing it behind the ice, or behind the goal, was Blake Tucker, and he fell down, got up and fell down again. Anxious moments. Second best power play as they burrow in. Kean Stafford, tough angle shot. Tucker makes the save at the side of the net.
Frenzied here.
Bridgepoint, 20% on power play percentage this year. Second only behind Cy Woods. Fair Creek with the 9th ranked penalty kill. They've killed 82.6%. This is a Mr. Electric power play. Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better. 1:36 to go on the McMillan penalty. 2:55 left here in the first period. 2-1 Bridgepoint. Nolan Boltena to the half-wing boards. Cote having a bit of trouble with it. Got it back to the center point. Teeing up a shot. Boltena just sailed it wide. To the left wing corner, Cote. Spun it back to Boltena. Shuttle back to Cote. Left wing circle. Down low, looking for a centering feed. It goes back to Cote, and his shot is stopped by Tucker with 2:32 to go in period 1. 1:13 for the power play.
That's amazing. 400 penalty minutes for the team. That's like the Dave the Hammer Schultz out there. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, aggressiveness by Fair Creek. They've staved off this power play so far, stopping 2 shots, but watch out.
2-1 Panthers, 2:32 to go. Face off to the right of Tucker. Bounces below the goal line. Garcia flips it but not out. Stop left point Boltena. Carries it along the blue line. Spun it down to Charlie Blake. Garcia is able to get back on possession, and he clears it down. 55 seconds to go on the Ridge Point man advantage. Lugged up the ice to Charlie Blake. Chip left wing to Bailey. Back to Charlie Blake. Has a little trouble with it, but he'll steer it in to the offensive zone before it is cleared to the center zone by Fair Creek. Now Motton down the right wing boards. Left it at the blue line, battling with Papa, who scored the goal for Fair Creek to cut the deficit from 2-0 to 2-1. Lifted back into the Fair Creek zone and then pitchforked all the way out and down the length of the ice by Garcia. 15 seconds to go on the McMillan penalty. Bailey spun it back, and now the lead pass to the right wing for Drew Blake. Good defense by Garcia, but he couldn't clear the zone. Motton sends it in down low. Bailey lifts the stick of a Fair Creek skater, but Fair Creek able to clear it again as the penalty comes to an end, and Fair Creek back to full strength. 70 seconds to go in a very exciting first period here from the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center. Michael Silvers and David Feliciano with you. Great to have you with us for this matchup between Fair Creek and Ridge Point Justice Cup quarterfinals. 55 seconds to go. Fair Creek skating from left to right. They send it back in. That was Hayden Haas. Sidney Brooks in on the forecheck, swept to the far boards. Turnover in the left wing circle. They continue to battle as Lucas Dyer skates away from Sidney Brooks. Hayden Haas on the forecheck, but it is Dyer who strides into the offensive zone along the left wing side. Forced into the corner by Nolan Boltena with half a minute to go in the first period. Boltena flips it out to center ice. It'll go all the way down. Matthew Jones, sophomore for Fair Creek, gets to the puck first. Axel on the forecheck below the goal line. 15 seconds to go. Pattison wheels it up the far boards, kept alive at the point, sent down to the half-wing boards. They continue to battle in front of the Fair Creek bench. 5 seconds to go. It comes to Dyer. He gains the zone, shoots, save Thomas, rebound is swept away at the end of the first period. It is 2-1 Ridge Point after 15. This is the ISHL Justice Cup playoffs on LSN Sports.
Now for your Wellness Minute with Dr. Steve Hotze.
Men, you're probably already aware of the fact that we're notorious for neglecting our health concerns and ignoring warning signs. If you were to be totally honest, you've experienced change in your life such as a decrease in your drive, your initiative, your assertiveness, your sense of well-being. You have increased fatigue, a decline in self-confidence. You're depressed. You have depressed moods, irritable moods. You have decreased mental sharpness, a decline in romantic moods and inclinations and sexual ability. These signs are common symptoms of men with low testosterone levels. Bioidentical, natural testosterone replacement can put a tiger back in your tank. However, men's health also requires a balance of good nutrition, detoxifying the body, and supplementing with proper vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I'm Dr. Steve Hotze.
Guys, isn't it about time you took care of you? Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center for a free consultation. 281-698-8698. Get back your energy and zest for life. 281-698-8698.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Star of the second period, 2-1 Ridge Point. Very exciting 15 minutes to kick this one off.
That's what we expected, a close game, and 2-1. The shots are low. Defensive battle, Ridge Point 6, Fair Creek 7. Big hits, penalties. This is a total playoff game, the full package, Mike.
Zach Lloyd's first goal at 8 seconds of the first period was assisted by Drew Blake and Matthew Boivay. His second goal was unassisted. The Papa goal, the assists go to Buffano and Vecchione. Thomas to our right and Tucker to our left as the second period is underway. Swept up middle of the ice. Dyer gains the offensive line. His shot was blocked by Stafford. Got it back at a tough angle. Shot it again, and Thomas made the save. Rebound was almost right on the tape of Buffano, who gets it off a nice backhand centering pass. Puck bounces below the goal line, and did they score?
It was kicked in.
They're going to call it kicked in. Oh, Buffano had an excellent chance on a behind-the-back pass by Vecchione.
He certainly did. That was about 5 feet out.
And now Charlie Blake is going to go to the box for roughing.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those situations where you're about to give up a goal. You got to do something, have a penalty or just create a situation. And that puck was kicked in, I believe, by Vecchione.
Nathan Thomas talking with 3 of the officials. Paul Wilkinson, one of the referees, being one of them. It's going to result in a Fair Creek power play. Fair Creek 0 for 1 so far tonight. 29 seconds into period 2. And it's a Mr. Electric power play for Fair Creek. They scored, they are 1 for 1 on the power play. Papa's goal came on the power play. Here's a shot from the left point, that's blocked. Swept to the far boards, near boards I should say. Drew Blake couldn't clear the zone. And it was kept alive briefly by Garcia before Drew Blake does eventually poke it out to center. Now it's Garcia. Middle of the ice. Vecchione. And they can't even get into the zone before it is cleared down. Went off a high stick of Pattison. And it's going to be whistled down. And an offensive zone face-off for Ridge Point. And after the play was whistled down for the high stick.
Real sloppy by Fair Creek. They're too bunched up right around the blue line, and they lost about 30 seconds. And now they have a face-off in their own zone.
Boivay will take it against Buffano. Buffano wins it. Behind the goal line, it's Pattison. 1:20 to go on the man advantage. A turnover in the offensive zone. Boivay skates it down into the left wing corner. Skates along the goal line, shooting. That one went all the way through. Here's Motten. Motten flips one towards goal. Got blocked in front. Done back down low again, and here's Garcia as he wheels in the middle of the ice. Still in his own end. Crisscrossing with Dyer. Garcia gains the zone on the power play. Puck rolls down to Thomas, who sweeps it to the near corner with 50 seconds to go. On the penalty to Charlie Blake. Poke back out to center by Ridgepoint. Pattison pushed and stood up by Boivay, but Pattison backhands it in deep. 35 seconds to go on the man advantage. Swept up the far boards, but not out. To the middle of the ice. Centering pass was blocked by Drew Blake. Back to Vecchione, who shoots from a tough angle. Soft shot, stopped by Thomas, and lifted back out to center by the Panthers. 22 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Matthew Jones sends it in, then goes down, courtesy of Matthew Boivay. And Dyer will chase it back down in his own end in the last 12 seconds of the Fair Creek power play. He motors in from left to right, lost it at the blue line, back out the center, as Ridgepoint wouldn't allow the zone entry, and that will do it for the power play as Ridgepoint kills this one. And now a lead pass to Cote, who skates in on a breakaway, shoots. What a save by Tucker. Keeps this at a 2-1 game. Now Stafford with a centering pass, cross ice, Cote stopped by Tucker again. Wow, Blake Tucker in goal for Fair Creek.
A little breakdown by Fair Creek, and Cote wide open on that one, and Tucker's rescuing his team 2 times in about 10 seconds. You kind of forgot about him because Ridgepoint hadn't had a shot this entire period till those two right there.
2:42 gone here in period 2. 2-1 Ridgepoint, and Tucker, 2 excellent saves on Brock Cote, and there's a backhander that is gloved by Thomas.
Wow, that was
Make it Tucker.
A face-off, a shot off the face-off, incredibly rare.
They'll do it again with Andrew Blake and Jesse Papa for the face-off. Bear Creek send it all the way down. We'll get an icing.
Well, it's been a tough little sequence here. 3 quick shots in a row by Ridgepoint.
Charlie Blake skates in for the face-off against Papa.
I sense an overtime game tonight, Mike. That's just the feeling I had.
Well, so far it's better than our first matchup. Suspense was killed basically halfway through the first period as Papa now will skate it out left to right for Fair Creek. Turned it over in the center circle. Here's Cote along the left wing, across the blue line. Centering pass went all the way through. Valerie Kupich couldn't get to the puck before Crabtree was able to backhand it out the center. That was Paul Crabtree, senior for Fair Creek, wearing number 25. Cote, wrist shot. Good glove save by Blake Tucker with 3:18 gone by here in the second period. 2-1 Panthers.
He's got a great glove hand. I mean, these are raging shots, and Tucker really casual. Catching them really tight in this period. 4 shots he's faced, stopped them all.
Good crowd on hand. Bleachers essentially filled, everybody wearing masks. Standing room only in certain spots along the glass outside of the ice surface. Bear Creek out to the neutral zone. It is lifted back in by Connor Bailey. Back out to center ice. Mott will play it at right defense. Circling, sending it back in. That was back behind the red line, but nonetheless, it was played at the side of the net. Now they battle behind it. Puck is lifted into the net. They can't get it out, and a whistle will halt play.
Shots are 10-10. Just what you asked for. Tight game. Shots are tight. Ridgepoint has been the superior team this period, though.
Face off out at center, just outside of the Fair Creek zone. 3:52 gone. It is 2-1 Ridgepoint. Matthew Jones puts on the brakes below his goal line. Careens it off the board, still in his own end. And backhanded down in the corner by Cole Motton. Goes all the way around. Pickett will play it below his goal line. Send it up the left wing boards, but not out. Here's Matthew Boivay with a wrist shot. It hit his own man, Brendan Ryan, in front at the top of the crease. And now Fair Creek clear the zone at the red line. It is spun to the far boards by Paul Crabtree, and then it'll be skated back in by Drew Blake, who leads the ISHL in game-winning goals. Over the stick at right point, Cole Motton, he retreats. Matthew Kupich to the line, and Cote will spin it in deep. Pickett will play it. Drew Blake on his trail to the far boards. A swing and a miss, and Boivay will carry down. And a shot from a tough angle. Tucker looks behind him, but he smothered it. And with 10:09 to play in the second period, it is still 2-1 Ridgepoint.
Well, he wasn't sure. He thought it was somewhere. It was down on his right leg pad. 5 big saves for Tucker in this period. They got to be careful. They got to get out of the zone here.
So far, all goal scoring comes in the first period. Zach Lloyd scoring 2 inside the first 3:31. Here's a blast that ricochets wide from the center point. And now a centering pass for Fair Creek. And then they clear the zone as Sipes sends it down for an icing after the interception off the centering pass. 9:56 to go. So Zach Lloyd scoring the game's first 2 goals inside the first 3:31. Then at 8:53 of the first period, a power play tally for Jesse Papa. It is 2-1 Ridgepoint, 9:56 to go in the second period. Face off to the left of Tucker. Won by Charlie Blake. Down the board, Stafford. Charlie Blake pushes it down below the goal line, behind the net, Cote. Then a backhand centering pass below the goal line, hit the side of the net. Stick is lifted, now Stafford in the left wing circle, shoots, glove save, it gets in and out of the catching glove of Tucker, and then he falls on it with 9:40 to go in the second period. Still 2-1 Ridgepoint.
I don't know what's happened to Fair Creek's offense. It's just been non-existent this period. I'd say about 3/4 of this period has been played in their own zone.
Face-off win. Boltena shoots, and another save by Blake Tucker. As Boltena shot it from the left point.
Tucker needs help. He can't do it alone. They've got to get it across ice and have some sort of attack.
Face-off to the right of Tucker. Sipes couldn't get possession. Comes back to the point. Kupich. Matthew Kupich sent it in past Sidney Brooks. Spun around by Garcia. Along the boards, Garcia gets it out to center ice. Kupich left defense. Spun it right back down, and Garcia will chase it in his own end. Watched by Hayden Haas. Haas ties him up. Down below the goal line. Gorillas in front at the top of the crease. Brooks is stopped by Tucker. Gorillas up left wing boards, then cleared out to center ice, but right back on the stick of Kupich and flipped right back on in to the Fair Creek zone. 6 plus minutes gone by, second period. Off the stick of Motton, trying to hold the blue line, and now Sipes down into the attacking zone. Gorillas slaps at it, is blocked by Matthew Kupich. Motton spun it back out to the center ice area, and now Sipes works it back into the offensive zone. Motton lifts it out to center. Brooks takes a big hit. Down she goes as Roberto Garcia put all of his weight behind that one. And Pattison will chase down a puck that will get called for icing with 8:21 to go in the second period. Panthers 2, Fair Creek 1.
Ridgepoint decided they're going to start playing offense, and they've completely dominated this period. No scoring, mind you, but the really good attack by the Panthers so far, outshooting Fair Creek 8-3 in the second period.
Bafano take the face-off against Boivay. On the far boards, Valerie Kupich comes out to Zachary Lloyd. Scorer of 2 goals so far, delayed offside, and now offside whistled on Drew Blake as he came across into the offensive zone before the puck. 6:50 gone here on period number 2. A lot of whistles so far in the second period.
A lot of stoppages, you're absolutely right.
A lot of pressure by Fair Creek,
Watch it.
and off the face-off, it is flipped into the bleachers and thrown back in by one of the fans here in attendance.
Man, Rink A is dangerous, man. We got to get back to Rink B.
Certainly much higher up in Rink B. Pickett, work to the near boards, and now Dyer will stride in to the Ridgepoint zone. Oh, what a big hit. A hip check.
That's clean.
Dyer still tangled up with Nolan Boltena as the puck is worked around to the far boards and sent back out to center ice.
A little retribution on the other side.
Nolan Boltena cross ice, chipped ahead for Drew Blake to carry in. Drew Blake, left wing circle, ahead to Boyd Bay, puck in the crease, is swept out. Oh, that was dangerously close, and a big defensive play by Fair Creek. Tucker bailed out as he was prone on the ice, and that puck just sat in the blue paint. Fair Creek iced it again with 7:14 remaining in the second period. They trail Ridge Point 2-1.
Boy, Tucker, I should say, he's going to have nightmares tonight. I mean, he's been flailing all over the place, making big saves, and that was an almost go by the Panthers.
Face-off comes down to the left of Blake Tucker. Drew Blake and Jesse Papa for the face-off. Papa wins it. Fair Creek can't clear. Matthew Kupich over to Kean Stafford. Stafford has 4 goals this season, and they score! Stafford, with his 5th against Fair Creek this season, has given Ridge Point a 3-1 lead.
They may credit that to Cote. It may have rolled off Cote's stick. Either way, it wasn't a pretty goal, but it kind of rolled in. It backed in the back way as Stafford's pass was a light one. Either way, it's a huge goal. Now a 2-goal lead for the Panthers.
Ridge Point goal at 7:55. So the 2-goal lead is restored for Ridge Point. Stafford will get the goal, the assist to Brock Cote.
They really needed that. I mean, they had been attacking this period with vigor.
Well, they've certainly worked for it, and they've earned the 3rd goal. Here's Cote. Spun back, Motton with a soft shot that is easily caught by Tucker. 8:14 remaining in period 2, or 8:14 gone by in period 2. It is 3-1 Ridge Point. Last goal scored at 7:55 of this second period by Kean Stafford. Stafford now with 5 goals against Fair Creek this season in 2+ games, 2 in the regular season, and so far here in this playoff matchup. Matthew Kupich spun it back into the Fair Creek zone. Comes back out the center, shuttled to the near boards, and then carried in by Karillis. On his backhand, right wing circle, played into the corner, checked into the boards by Motton. Spun all the way around, kept alive by Pickett, left point, sends it down the boards where Charlie Blake is there to play it around to the near boards for Motton. Has Stafford in support, and now Sipes shoots it. That is paddled away by Thomas. Not much behind the shot by Sipes from just inside the blue line. Now Sipes in a skate race. Stafford will get there on the backhand as he beat everybody to the puck. It's played behind the net, and now it's Cote ladling it back for Motton. Motton spun it down towards goal, and now Stafford gets the ricochet from the left wing corner, sends behind the net for Blake. Blake with a centering pass that's caught in traffic. Comes down to Boltana. Now it's Charlie Blake on a backhander that sails wide. Another centering pass is chipped to the center point. Motton works it back down into between the circles, and then it is skated out from left to right by Fair Creek with 5:25 to go. Now Drew Blake got it from Jones. Worked it right back into the offensive zone, and it is skated out by Vecchione, who is tied in the league, tied for 3rd in the league in game-winning goals. Nolan Boltana had his pocket picked behind the goal by Buffano. Tries to stuff it into the side of the net, but is deflected into the right wing corner. Pivoting with the puck, Lucas Dyer puts on the brakes along the inboards as Boltana is all over him, and Boltana gets the puck and swings it around to the far boards. Kept alive by Pattison. Pattison cycles it in down low. Worked all the way around into the right wing corner. Buffano standing up with Boltana. Lifted out, cleared, and now Drew Blake has it on a 1-on-2. Circling, and the stick is lifted from behind by Dyer, and he will just shoot it all the way down and ice it with 4:34 remaining in the second period. 3-1 Panthers.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed to take a little bit of a break. Things are about to get away from them, and they can regroup on the face-off. And the shots are 16 to 11. Ridge Point have a good period, as we've been saying.
4:34 to go. Face off to the left of Blake Tucker. It is Papa and Boivay. Boivay shoots the face off into the left wing corner. Here's Boltena, who winds up. Then he fakes the shot, then shoots it again. It's deflected. Now Papa has two teammates with him. And he fires a shot that is blocked, ricocheted behind the net of Nathan Thomas. Goal of Boltena. Skating up the middle of the ice. Plays it to the near boards. Drew Blake's centering feed was intercepted and then picked off and then played into the Fair Creek zone. Right wing boards out of the reach of Papa. And spun back into the neutral zone by Ridge Point. Here's Roberto Garcia. Puts a Panther in the inboards. Working against Zachary Lloyd and then played up the left wing boards. Cross ice feed goes to Papa. He will tee up and shoot one and is punched away by the right arm and blocker of Nathan Thomas. To the near corner. Centering pass Papa to the slot, circling, and Corrillis couldn't get a shot off as it's lifted all the way down, and it rolls past the goal of Blake Tucker for icing. With 11:41 gone by in period 2, it is 3-1 Panthers.
I like what Fair Creek is doing. They're having a rough period, but they decided just to throw it all out there. Just take some big slap shots right after you get over the blue line, and maybe you can get a rebound.
Face off to the right of Thomas. Papa and Charlie Blake. Puck below the goal line. Motton sends near boards for Cote. Run it back behind the net for Motton. Motton on his forehand, skating from right to left. Cross ice pass a bit behind Cote, who retreats to his own blue line. Got worked over a bit along the near boards, and it is dumped in by Ridge Point. Behind the net, up the boards now for Burnett, and the sophomore sends it down, and this will not go for icing as Sipes beats Motton to the puck. They both go down below the goal line. Papa shoots, deflected over the crossbar. 2.5 to play in the second period. 3-1 Ridge Point, lifted back out to center zone. Got caught up in the skates of Cote. On one knee, saw it go past him. Motton down the right wing boards for Charlie Blake. Taken off the play by Pickett. Left it for Cote. Charlie Blake has it go by him. Here's Matthew Kupwich with a shot and a pad save by Tucker. And off the rebound, here's Charlie Blake. Lifting it back in below the goal line and behind the net for Cote to play it. Cote looking for a centering pass. That was deflected by Sipes. Out of his crease, Tucker to play it up the near boards. Into the left wing circle. Puck is continuing to hop as they continue to battle. Two Panthers and Jones. The centering pass goes all the way through from below the goal line to the far half wing. Cote puts on the brakes, loses possession. Papa skates it out from left to right. 1:35 to go in the second period. 3-1 Ridge Point. Papa saw that one taken off his stick by Charlie Blake. Down to Matthew Kupwich. Now Connor Bailey with a pass over to Kean Stafford, shooting one, and Tucker with another save.
You can't forget about Stafford, fastest skater out there, and he got behind everybody once again in a nice pass. Boy, Tucker's having a heck of a period. He gave up one goal, but he's faced 11 shots in this period.
Minute 25 remaining in the second period. It is 3-1 Panthers. The winner gets Memorial West tomorrow morning in the Justice Cup semifinals at the Willowbrook Aerodrome.
And that's something you want to wake up to, Memorial West.
Defeated Klein earlier today here from Sugar Land in our first game. 8-0 was the final score. Boltena at left defense in the neutral zone. Up the left wing for Cindy Brooks. Her centering pass was intercepted by Bufano. Far boards, number 13, looking to play it to Vecchione. Wrist shot wide. 1 minute to go. Here's Pattison. He shoots, and Thomas with a stick save. Bufano with another centering pass. Chipped on goal by Vecchione. Thomas stands tall. Sweeping with it is Vecchione, and Thomas falls on the puck at the top of his crease. 50.9 remaining in the second period. It's the Panthers 3, Fair Creek 1.
That's why Thomas is so good. Fair Creek was having a quiet period, then they put together these couple of shots in a row, and these were tight shots, and he stayed with them, made the 2 big saves.
Face off to the right of Thomas. Boivay and Bufano. Boivay won this one. Swung around behind the net. Thomas, that's Garcia shooting one towards goal, never got there. 40 seconds to go. Here's Zachary Lloyd, goal scorer, 2 goals in the first period inside the first 3:31 of our game. Now Bufano skating from left to right. 2-on-2, down he goes. Tripping will be called on Nolan Boltina. He'll go.
Bufano was trying to right himself, and he got mixed up, and Boltina just kind of stuck the stick in there, and that'll benefit Fair Creeker. They'll have about 27 seconds here and then into the third period, this power play.
Fair Creek, 1 of 2 on the power play tonight. Their only goal came on the man advantage as Jesse Papa scored at 8:53 of the first period. Mr. Electric power play, we have the power to make things better. Offensive zone draw for Fair Creek. Bufano to the near boards. Here's Lucas Dyer skating along the goal line, puts on the brakes, centering pass. Mott almost put it in his own net.
Own goal almost.
Here's Pickett down the left wing boards with 13 seconds to go. Bridgepoint clear. 8 seconds to go. Out of his crease to play the puck up the left wing boards. Tucker to Vecchione, 3 seconds to go. Chip back out to the neutral zone, and that does it for the second period. It is 3-1 Ridge Point. An exciting third awaits us on the other side. This is the ISHL Justice Cup playoffs on LSN Sports.
A household inventory is a valuable asset if your home is ever vandalized or damaged. State Farm agents Jim Estep and Rick Blount have a brochure that makes it simple. Here are a couple of suggestions. Make a video or photo record of your household items. List all important serial numbers, and then place these records in your safe deposit box. For a free brochure with more ideas, contact State Farm agents Jim Estep and Rick Blount. Like a good neighbor, Jim Estep and Rick Blount are there.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
92 seconds of carryover penalty time on Nolan Boltina's tripping minor at 14:33 of the second period. We motor on into the third, 3-1 Ridge Point.
And Fair Creek has got to get something quick in this period. They don't want Ridge Point to get away from them. It's only a 2-goal game now, but Ridge Point really dominated that second period.
Thomas to our left, Tucker to our right as the third period about to get started. Memorial West waiting the winner tomorrow morning in the Justice Cup semifinals at the Willowbrook Aerodrome. And away we go here in the third period. Carried in from right to left by Dyer. Fair Creek 1 of 2 on the power play tonight. Bufano working along with Dyer, far boards. Now Bufano along the goal line. Down below, behind the goal. And a centering pass. Thomas having trouble, and Bufano is robbed.
Bufano is sneaky, not a big player, so he can sneak in there and right up front among much bigger players. Almost slammed it in.
Bufano's second on the team in goals for Fair Creek with 11. 3 behind Their leading scorer, Caden Swanson, who is on vacation due to this being his spring break week. You wonder how different the game would be with Fair Creek's leading scorer, but they are hanging tough right now with the team that beat them both times in the regular season. Ridgepoint clear the zone and all the way down on the shorthand. Then they turn it over. Centering pass off the stick of Stafford. Cote tries to keep it alive, and he does. As he plays it behind the net, Tucker stops it there. 44 seconds remaining on the Fair Creek power play, which is brought to you by Mr. Electric. We have the power to make things better. Here comes Burnett. Check that, Pickett. And turned it over again. Charlie Blake with a wrist shot. Tucker kicked it out. Now, who's on the power play here?
Right.
Here's Dyer along the left wing boards. He steers in on goal, shoots, save Thomas as he shut off the near post.
Well, Dyer he's a big strider, a very fast skater. He gets ahead of steam. He almost took that blue line to blue line, and a big save on the other side by Thomas. Thomas and Tucker just having tremendous games.
That leaves 19 seconds remaining on the power play. A minute 14 gone here from the third period. It is 3-1 Ridgepoint. Michael Silvers and David Feliciano with you. Our final broadcast of the ISHL this season, and it hasn't disappointed. Here's Burnett in the neutral zone. Final 10 of the power play. Boivay shoots it down. Pass almost intercepted, chipped at the blue line. Burnett plays it back in the Ridgepoint zone as the Panthers kill the power play, kill the penalty, ice the puck. They're back to full strength, 13-19 left in the game, 3-1 Panthers.
Well, unfortunate for Fair Creek. If they had gotten a goal there on that power play, really would have changed this game.
And it is still a 2-goal deficit for the team in white today. Face off to the right of Thomas, Boivay, and Papa. Boivay wins it. It's played up the near boards. Papa sends to the slot. Carilla's battling. Loose puck Papa. His shot deflected to the far boards. Zach Lloyd will play it ahead. That one chipped all the way down, but off the stick of Pattison, so no icing. And he will carry behind the net. Wing it around the far boards. Wedge back down low. Pattison off the glass and out to center ice. Boltana hands it to right defense for Valerie Kupich. Kupich will shoot it in. Only got halfway down as Jones is battling against the boards with Drew Blake. Boivay comes in for support. Carried along the blue line, or excuse me, the goal line. And now a penalty will be forthcoming, and I believe it'll be called on Fair Creek.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Another cross check in this game. First one went on Boivay.
I think it's on Papa. Papa knocked down Lloyd and was right in front of everybody. Not a good situation here for Fair Creek. They're down 3-1, and Ridgepoint loading up for the power play.
Second penalty called on Fair Creek. Ridgepoint 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. This power play brought to you by Mr. Electric. We have the power to make things better. Motton, right point. Down to the half-wing boards, Cote. Ladle back to Motton, who shoots. That one intercepted and cleared by Garcia. Panthers get a power play goal here. That might well be curtains for Fair Creek. A 3-goal deficit would be hard to overcome. Play in the neutral zone. Cote stood up by Garcia. He's able to shoot it in, but not all the way down. Carrying it behind the net will be Pickett, and Pickett lifts it all the way to the neutral zone. 1:25 to go on the man advantage. Here's Nolan Boltana at left defense. Spins it ahead to Cote at the blue line. Hit by Garcia at the half-wing boards. They travel down the boards to the right wing corner, and now it's Cote who takes it to the left wing circle. Sends it down. Cote looking to get it back. He will get it back. Center point. Cote holding. Down low for Nolan Boltana. Wrist shot. That's deflected to the near boards. And clearing attempt stopped by Motton. Down at the right point. He spins it into the corner. Garcia checks his man. Comes to the top of the right wing circle. Motton looking for a wrist shot. Couldn't get a shot off. Down into the corner for Cote, who takes another check from Garcia. Check again below the goal line by Garcia. There's a shot, rebound, given up, and just sent wide off the backhand. Tucker slow to get up, but he's back in his position. Centering pass was chipped just wide of the goal by Boyve. 27 seconds to go. Centering pass goes all the way through from below the goal line and out to center ice. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Papa. Now it's Boltena skating through traffic. Sharp angle shot, and Tucker closes the door with 13 seconds to go on the Ridge Point power play.
Pretty good power play by the Panthers. A couple of nice shots, and they've controlled the puck the majority of the time. Only lost it once or twice. And they still got time for maybe one shot if they win this faceoff.
Tucker will watch the faceoff come to his left. Sipes wins it. Ridge Point, keep it alive. Center point, Kupich. Top of the left wing circle, Boltena with a wrist shot wide. Pattison plays behind the goal. Now it's sent to the top of the crease and then cleared by Fair Creek. 10:40 to go in tonight's game. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jesse Papa. Ahead to the blue line. Sent towards goal by Bailey. Cleared out to the neutral zone by the paddle of Blake Tucker. Penalty is over. Fair Creek back to full strength. The teams will skate 5-on-5 with 4:40 gone by in the third period. 3-1 Ridge Point. 2-on-2 scrum along the near boards. Peeling away with it, Papa, and he scores! His second goal of the game has cut the deficit back to 1 for Fair Creek.
Yeah, you keep the pressure on it, and Papa brought it to the middle and just had an attempt, and finally they get it by Thomas, who was having a heck of a game. Boy, that's a game changer. Now 3-2, plenty of time on the clock. Papa's saving Fair Creek this evening.
.450 the time of the goal as Papa gets his second, assisted by David Sipes. 3-2 game with 4:50 gone by here in the third period.
And Papa wasn't a big goal scorer coming in. He had 6 goals in the regular season in 21 games.
All right, 10 minutes to go. Garcia has to chase the puck down as he is hassled from behind by Nicholas Axel. And now it is Garcia. Off his backhand, plays it off the glass, down the boards, chasing after it. Dyer, icing waved off. Dyer canceled out by Kupich below the goal line. Puck swept up the boards by Vecchione, and Ridge Point cleared the zone. It's going to roll all the way down. Axel skating up against Pickett. Here's Elon Schmoy, centering pass, and Brooks couldn't get a shot off at the top of the crease. Dyer skates behind his goal, turned it over. Down into the left wing corner, it's Sidney Brooks. Back to Nolan Boltena, shot one, that was blocked by Dyer. Back out to the neutral zone, Vecchione checks Boltena in front of the Fair Creek bench. Now holding its Dyer at the red line. Flips one, near boards, intercepted by Elon Schmois, and now to Sidney Brooks, who lifts it into the attacking zone with over 6 minutes gone here in the third period. It's a 3-2 lead for Ridge Point. Brooks goes to the bench for a change. Skating from right to left is Vecchione. He shoots in wide and into the right wing corner. Dyer comes in on the forecheck. Working against one of the Panthers, Valerie Kupich, and then Matthew Boyve comes in with a check on Dyer. Sent up the near boards, but not out. Garcia keeps it. Here's Buffano. Buffano to the right wing circle. Vecchione, a centering pass, chipped just wide of the goal by Buffano. 8:20 to go. 3-2 Ridge Point. Played off the inboards by Drew Blake. They play deep in the Ridge Point zone. Good offensive zone pressure by Fair Creek. Down the boards, back to Boltena. Plays it off the glass and out to center ice. Garcia has it in his own end. To the left wing side in the neutral zone, it's Lucas Dyer. His pass is picked off by Matthew Boyve. Skates, wrist shot, left pad save by Tucker, who plays it off his stick. And it's pushed ahead by Dyer. Here's a 2-on-1. Dyer shoots, scores! We are tied at 3.
Yeah, it was 2-on-1, as you said, Mike, and Dyer juked the pass and decided that he's going to take it himself, and Fair Creek has fought all the way back. We thought they might have been left for dead, but what a turnaround by Fair Creek.
3-3.
We said it was exciting, and it's turned even more so.
The goal at 7-12 as Lucas Dyer scores goal number 6. A huge one here in this Justice Cup quarterfinal. The assist will go. We're getting some text from Gary Thomas, the father of Nathan Thomas, but 29 doesn't exist. As we have a whistle that halts play. .7:31 to go. Face-off outside of the Fair Creek zone.
We have a zebra discussion. What's happening now? Well, no matter.
Never. Blake Tucker gets the assist. I was looking at all the skaters and not the goaltender. Blake Tucker wears number 29. I texted Gary Thomas. I said 29 doesn't exist, and I had to retext him. Never mind.
Ate your words, Mike.
Well, sorry. Here's Burnett. Couldn't get a shot off in the left wing circle. Skated out left to right by Stafford. Stafford has a goal tonight, and it's a delayed offside, then an eventual offside.
Yeah, Blake and Cote got a little ahead of the game there. Well, Ridge Point, they've been sparked into action, trying to turn this one around. Last 2 goals have been for Fair Creek.
Neutral zone face-off outside of the Fair Creek zone. 7:14 to go in a 3-3 Justice Cup quarterfinal. Boy, I'm glad we've got an exciting one to close out the season, because that one to start our coverage today, very anticlimactic. Long shot from the neutral zone. Papa sailed it off target. 8 minutes gone by. 3-3 in the center zone. It is Pattison who dumps it in. Goes behind the net. Kupich turned over. Comes back to Zachary Burnett. Got it back at the half-wing boards from Pattison. Matthew Kupich takes Burnett off the play. Carries behind the goal. Turned over. Pappas tees one up. Rebound hit the side of the net. That came off the stick of Karillas. Karillas gets it back on his forehand. Circles with it in the right wing circle. Tried a backhand centering feed. Picked off. And then exit outlet pass was deflected back onto the stick of a Fair Creek player, but he never could get a shot off. That was Burnett. Play to the far boards. And now back to the Fair Creek blue line. It is Jones. Up the far wing, Karillas takes a shot from the captain, Matthew Boivay. 9 minutes gone, period 3. It is 3-3, Ridge Point and Fair Creek. Fair Creek watches that one go all the way down into their own zone as Ridge Point ices the puck with 5:55 remaining.
Shots 21 for Ridge Point, 18 for Fair Creek. Fair Creek has turned it around and tied this game.
Face off to the right of Thomas. It's Boivay versus Bofano. It's a win for Fair Creek. Garcia shoots, didn't get all of it. Intercepted on its way towards goal by Nolan Boltina, who was hassled in front of the Ridge Point bench by Bofano. It's 1-on-2. Bofano pokes it free, and then Vecchione had his pocket picked from behind by Drew Blake. Sent up the far wing boards, but not out. Cross ice feed onto the stick of Matthew Boivay. Carries into the zone and flips it past Pickett. Right wing circle, a shot wide. 5:25 to go. Boltina spun it back down the board. Zach Lloyd lost it to Garcia. Puts on the brakes. Boyd gets it back, centering pass. Drew Blake. Then Boivay shoots. Puck is loose, and Tucker's able to glove it down as Boivay takes a couple of extra whacks at the Fair Creek netminder.
Now, Boivay's aggressive, and he hit a point-blank one, and after that, all hell breaks loose. And everybody coming to the defense of Tucker.
9:47 gone by in the third period. These teams are tied at 3. Zach Lloyd with 2 goals. Papa with 2 goals for Fair Creek. Stafford and Dyer, goal scorers for Ridge Point and Fair Creek, respectively. Face off to the right of Tucker. Brooks lost it, skated out by the young man who tied this game, Lucas Dyer. Now he speeds in and is taken out by a pair of Panthers. That was Kupich and Boltina.
Whoa, we got an injured player.
And that's Dyer, who's slow to get up as he nailed the boards in the left wing corner.
He came in a little awkwardly. He had a couple of Panthers on his back.
He tossed his right glove off. His left glove is off as well, and he just took his helmet off as he lays prone, then gets up. I think it's more out of frustration that he tossed his gloves and helmet. He's doubled over as he kind of glides back towards the neutral zone.
He's had a heck of a game. He got the game-tying goal, a lot of big hits involved, and he'll skate off.
He'll skate off under his own power to the Fair Creek bench. You hope that he's going to be able to continue.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Remember I talked about overtime, Mike?
It's a penalty on Ridge Point off that hit.
That's interesting.
And it's called on Brock Cote.
Yeah, this is Fair Creek's chance here. 5 minutes to go on the power play.
9:59, the time of the penalty.
Now timeout. Looks like Ridge Point's going to stop the action, call it timeout.
5:01 to go.
Nope.
Mr. Electric power play for Fair Creek. Now the official scorer needs to chit-chat with one of the referees tonight.
Trying to determine something about the penalty, I think.
Offensive zone face-off. Coming for Fair Creek to the right of Nathan Thomas. They've scored 1 on the power play tonight. 3-3 game. And a critical moment of the game, Dave, to have a power play with 5:01 in a tie game.
Yeah, they got to make this one count. I mean, all the right passes. They got sneaky Buffano in there.
Buffano loses his face-off, and it's not Brock Cote. Brock Cote is out on the ice. I don't understand why his number is out on the scoreboard. Cote skating in on the forehand. Now Drew Blake shoots one towards goal. That was blocked, ricocheted to the left wing corner. Down to Boltina. Boltina skates behind the goal, and Garcia stands him up, but it's Garcia who goes down. Work back around to the far boards. Left point, Drew Blake spun it down low. Boltina will get there below the goal line. Centering pass. Ricochets to the high slot, and Fair Creek will skate it out. And now it's Vecchione one-on-one. Vecchione shoots, and that was deflected and hopped over the crossbar. 1:13 to go on the power play for Fair Creek. Ridge Point exit the zone from left to right. It's Drew Blake. Got caught by Buffano. Buffano worked it back to the Ridge Point blue line, but is played there ahead for Drew Blake, and he'll shoot it in on the shorthand. 55 seconds to go on the Fair Creek power play. Up the far boards, chipped and turned over. Drew Blake shoots off target. Kean Stafford will get to the puck in the right wing corner. Working around along the goal line, skate behind the goal. It's still Stafford, a goal scorer tonight for Ridge Point. Spun it in down low behind the goal. It deflects to Jones, and Jones shoots it all the way down on goal. So Thomas forced to play in the last 25 seconds of the man advantage. Shuffled back in by Jones. Here's Cote to play it deep in his own end. Puts on the brakes behind his own goal with 15 seconds to go on the Panther kill. Stopped by Pattison at the red line. Skated in by Papa. Papa from right to left. Here's Vecchione on a one-timer just wide to the left of Thomas. Now Boivay backhands it but not clear. 2 seconds and 1. Shot by Pattison. Kick save by Thomas. Power play is over for Fair Creek. Here comes Boivay along with Brooks. Boivay pushed from behind by Papa. Shoots. Pad save and a rebound given up but easily swallowed by Blake Tucker with 2:49 to play in regulation in a 3-3 game.
Well, it's getting tight, getting tense. Fair Creek wanted a penalty on Pattison, got taken down at center ice, no call.
Looks like we have another timeout.
And much deserved.
Let's recap the scoring. 8 seconds into tonight's game, Zach Lloyd scored an even strength marker. He was assisted by Drew Blake and Matthew Boivay. At 3:31, Lloyd with his second even strength tally, unassisted at 3:31 to make it 2-0. And then Papa gave Fair Creek, got one back on a power play, made it 2-1 at 8:53. The assists went to Rocco Buffano and Nicklas Vecchione. And then Ridge Point restored their 2-goal lead, 7:55 of the second, as Kean Stafford got an even strength goal, assisted by Cote. 3-1 going into the third, Dave, and then at 4:50, Papa scored his second goal to cut it to 3-2, the assist to David Sipes. And then at 3, make it 7-12, a 3-3 game, courtesy of Lucas Dyer.
And we'll see if Dyer comes back. As you remember, he got shaken up a couple of minutes ago. Well, he's got his helmet on. He's
on the ice. He's standing up outside of the bench.
He's
so
ready
he's going
to
come out.
Yeah, he's got a shift in him.
I guess it's going to take a lot more to get him out of the game, and now he's going to step over the boards and back into the bench.
This is a big face-off here. Fair Creek in their own zone. Got to be careful.
It'll come to the left of the sophomore goaltender Blake Tucker. 3-3 game, 2:49 remaining in regulation in this Justice Cup quarterfinal. Memorial West sitting back and saying, hey, play overtime. Play all the hockey you can. Here's Charlie Blake, backhand centering feed, stopped at the side of the cage and cleared by Fair Creek. 2:40 to go. Nolan Voltaine at right defense. Has it in his own end. Middle of the ice, it is chipped, and then Pop-Up came into the zone offside after the turnover.
Unfortunate, too, because Papa made the steal, but on the far side, one of his mates was over by about 3 feet, so that could have been a breakaway for Papa.
Ridge Point won both regular season meetings by a combined score of 11-3. They're in the thick of it tonight as they are tied with Fair Creek 3-all with 2:20 to go. Puck lifted back into the Fair Creek zone on a cross-corner dump in. Here's Pickett, carving the ice behind his goal. Up the boards, and it'll be walked out and chased into the zone. Nope. Chopped in the neutral zone away from Papa. McKay spins it back in. McKay getting a shift here late in the third. Papa, high slot past Karillis. Voltaina and Karillis cancel each other out. Far boards. Played up the left wing, but not out. Karillis looking for the loose puck. Bailey saw it go by him. Shot from a tough angle and far away from Pattison. Went to the left wing corner. Now Cote skates behind his own net with 90 seconds remaining in regulation. Voltaina worked over by Karillis. Voltaina peels away. Still in the Panther zone. Chopped away by Zach Lloyd. He races down the left wing. Has Cote striding to the goal. And Zachary Lloyd plays one around the goal to the top of the crease. And it is lifted out. No shot as he was looking for Cote. 1 minute to go. 3-3. Nolan Voltaina down the right wing boards. It is filtered in by Matthew Kupich. Here's Boivay with a shot that is blocked. And here's Lucas Dyer striding along the boards against Matthew Kupich. Still Dyer on the backhand. He's taken off the play and his helmet falls off. And then he bangs his stick on the ice with 45.1 to go.
Well, Dyer's he's getting beat on the street here. I mean, he got knocked down last time. He gets his helmet knocked off. It's been a long night for Dyer.
Throws his gloves back down on the ice. Now he's got to put his helmet back on.
Man, and
he might be forced to go off into the bench. 45.1 seconds to go here in the third period. 3-3.
No penalty called on that either, so.
Helmet comes off, you go off.
Yep.
Faceoff comes out to center ice.
Wow, this is, it was frenzy in the first period, frenzy now. Crazy. What a game.
It's Bovano and Boivay for the faceoff. It's won by Bufano, but Boivay will skate it in left to right. Try to get it through the legs of Burnett. Sent back out to the neutral zone. Vecchione tied up with Kupic. And Kupic sends it around the boards and deep into the Fair Creek end with inside 30 seconds to go. Fair Creek off the boards, send it all the way down for icing. So now they surrender the offensive zone faceoff for Fair Creek. 19.7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a bad icing. One last chance here. Ridge Point has the advantage.
19.7.
Fair Creek.
Face off to the left of Tucker, excuse me.
No, sorry, Fair Creek they've got to win this face-off.
Drew Blake will take it. Puck is bouncing in the right wing circle, swept to the near boards. Vecchione plays it back to one of his mates. That's Burnett. Skates around the goal, up to the far wing boards. Papa could clear the zone. It goes all the way down in the last 5 seconds. And this game is going to go to overtime here in Sugar Land. That is the end of the third period with the score, the Ridge Point Panthers 3, Fair Creek 3. Extra hockey on the other side of this break. This is the ISHL Justice Cup playoffs on LSN Sports.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter-service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
End of regulation. Ridge Point, Fair Creek decide 45 minutes just isn't enough. So we go to a 5-minute overtime. And if we remain tied, I believe we go to a shootout. I do not think there will be subsequent overtimes if neither team scores within these next 5 minutes.
Shots 23 for Ridge Point, 19 for Fair Creek at the end of regulation, and free hockey time.
They'll skate the same way they did in the third. Thomas to our left and Tucker to our right. Next goal wins. Well, we go to a shootout after 5 minutes. Affectionately known in NHL circles as the skills competition. Boivay and Bufano. And it's Bufano who controls and across the line to the right wing, and Dyer, who got the game-tying goal at 7:12 of the third period. And now Drew Blake spins it in all the way down, and icing is called
almost
on Ridge Point as Bufano just beat Zach Lloyd to the puck. It's rolling down below the goal line. So the offensive zone face-off, forthcoming for Fair Creek to the left of Thomas. 16 seconds into overtime, 3-3 game. One back by Fair Creek, but it goes all the way back into their own end. Burnett up the right wing boards, turned over in the offensive zone. Cote hands to Boltena at right defense. Up ahead, shot in to the catching glove from the blue line and dropped by Tucker off Boivay, who lifted it into his catching glove. Now Dyer skating along the right wing, pokes it ahead for Vecchione, and it is Thomas who gets it out of danger himself as he was about 5 to 8 feet out in front of his crease. Drew Blake, right wing, backhands it, then takes a shot from Dyer. Burnett around the far board, stopped at the half wing by Stafford. He gets caught up, and Bufano on the back check in the corner. Here's a centering pass that was clogged at the top of the crease, and then skated to the blue line by Jones, but Drew Blake keeps it alive with his stick and his left skate. Then it is spun back out to the neutral zone, and back comes Fair Creek to the middle of the ice. And it's now turned back by the Panthers, and backhanded in deep by Stafford. Stafford watched by Burnett. They play below the icing line. Centering pass went all the way through as it was intended for Boivay. A minute and a half gone by here in overtime. We are tied at 3. Next goal wins, or we go to a shootout. To the blue line right wing. It is Stafford who carries in. Right wing circle, drops it back. Nolan Boltina with a shot. That one caught up in traffic and blocked in the slot and cleared out to center zone. And then a turnover. Ooh, and that was almost Papa racing in on goal. But Cuppage with an active stick kept it alive. And now it's Boivay in the attacking zone. Backhand centering pass was blocked by Burnett. Then a centering feed goes all the way through to the near boards. Spun back to the right point. Nolan Boltina with a shot that goes through the catching glove of Blake Tucker. It was going wide anyway. Now a centering pass. And in tight quarters, it is Papa who blasts it around and out to Karillis in the neutral zone. It's 1-on-2 as Sebastian Karillis on his forehand. Left wing circle. Looking for a pass. He finds Papa who shoots. Punched away by Thomas. Puck at the side of the net. Lifted over the goal. Still in the Panther zone is Sydney Brooks. Clears it to center. No, she doesn't. Swept back from the blue line by Karillis. In on the forecheck, Papa dealing with Nolan Boltina. And it is Papa who plays a centering feed to McKay. And now Matthew Cuppage tries to blast it out of the zone. That was blocked right in front of him with just over 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Puck in the left wing circle. Kept alive at the left point by Pickett. Papa, top of the circles. Pocket pick by Stafford. Here he comes along with Charlie Blake. Stafford shoots, blocked, rebound, and Charlie Blake could not beat Blake Tucker, who was lying on his stomach. Stafford taken down between the circles. Everybody's arms stay down, and there's a shot that is blocked and saved by Tucker with 1:41 to go in overtime. 3-3.
Yeah, Tucker saved everybody's bacon. Stafford got loose, and Tucker sprawling on his stomach to get everything out of there. Boy, these goalies tonight, unbelievable play, both sides.
They put on a show. And in another minute 41, they may have to continue to put on that show. Puck behind the goal, Garcia to play it for Fair Creek. Played out the center ice. Here's Brock Cote. Carrying with it, putting on the brakes to the side of Nathan Thomas's net with 1:25 remaining in overtime. Turned over, Vecchione shoots, gets his own rebound. They score! They score! Fair Creek wins! An untimely turnover by Brock Cote, and Nicklas Vecchione has sent Fair Creek to the Justice Cup semifinals.
In the right place, Vecchione he got down there to provide some pressure, and sometimes turnovers will happen. You got to be there. Vecchione wasn't a great shot, kind of bounced it in. Poor Turner or Thomas. Unfortunate for him, but Vecchione the hero, Mike.
Nicklas Vecchione was alone in the offensive zone. Brock Cote turned it over right in front of his netminder. Vecchione shot it once, maybe poked at it a couple of more times, and the referee pointed to the goal, and Fair Creek advanced to meet Memorial West tomorrow morning in the Justice Cup semifinals. What a game. Heartbreak for the Panthers.
And credit to Fair Creek, they scored the last 3 goals of the game.
An unbelievable finish. Stick taps to everybody. And the Fair Creek squad comes down from the greater Cypress area and defeats Ridge Point for the first time this season in the most important game of the season. And their season will continue tomorrow morning.
Just thinking, in just over 12 hours, you got to play Memorial. So get some good sleep tonight. You earned it, Fair Creek.
Back to wrap it up in just a moment. This is the ISHL Justice Cup playoffs on LSN Sports.
Hey Texans fans, Drew Doherty here. Are you looking for a new home? First Community Credit Union has everything from purchase loans to construction loans, VA loans, and more. With our competitive rates, low to no closing costs, and rate match guarantee, FCCU can help you navigate home ownership. Discover your options at FCCU and get pre-approved today at fccu.org/home loans. First Community Credit Union is the official credit union of the Houston Texans. First Community Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Now for your Wellness Minute with Dr. Steve Hotze.
Men, you're probably already aware of the fact that we're notorious for neglecting our health concerns and ignoring warning signs. If you were to be totally honest, you've experienced change in your life such as a decrease in your drive, your initiative, your assertiveness, your sense of well-being. You have increased fatigue, a decline in self-confidence. You're depressed. You have depressed moods, irritable moods. You have decreased mental sharpness, a decline in romantic moods and inclinations and sexual ability. These signs are common symptoms of men with low testosterone levels. Bioidentical, natural testosterone replacement can put a tiger back in your tank. However, men's health also requires a balance of good nutrition, detoxifying the body, and supplementing with proper vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I'm Dr. Steve Hotze.
Guys, isn't it about time you took care of you? Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center for a free consultation. 281-698-8698. Get back your energy and zest for life. 281-698-8698.
Well, what a way to end our ISHL broadcast season. Overtime game, and the winner by Nicklas Vecchione at 3:42 of the extra period. Fair Creek with 3 straight goals, coming back from 3-1 down to win it 4-3. And although Get For It is a date with the top-seeded Memorial West Whalers tomorrow morning in the Justice Cup semifinals. What a way to close out our season.
Absolutely. And that we think back at the games we did this year, this was the winner. What a game. Hard hitting, back and forth. It was tight the whole way. It was 3-1. We thought Ridge Point might run away with it. Fair Creek, Papa, Dyer, and then Vecchione, and then kind of an interesting goal to finish on a turnover and bouncing it in. What really incredible. And as you said, it's going to be a long night, a short night in some ways, and they got to play number 1 Memorial first thing in the morning.
And this coming on the heels of Memorial West 8-0 anticlimactic. Take all suspense out of it against Klein. That started our day at 5:30 here from the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center. And Nicklas Vecchione, the hero, Brock Cote with a just untimely turnover deep in his own end. And Vecchione was the only one in the offensive zone for Fair Creek. May have been a situation where the rest of his teammates were going for a change, and he was just a beneficiary of that untimely turnover, and a couple of whacks at it, and they score. And Fair Creek on to Memorial West tomorrow morning. He's the hero, 3:42, the time of the goal in overtime. Dave, your final thoughts?
Well, it was a lot of fun, and we close out this year. I think this is our 9th or 10th year of some sort. It's been terrific. Really a credit to this league amid coronavirus to get the season in safely, and we had a great time once again.
The Interscholastic Hockey League is a production of LSN Sports. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of LSN Sports is strictly prohibited. Final score in overtime, Fair Creek eliminates Ridge Point 4-3. We certainly hope you enjoyed all of our broadcasts, which began in January here on LSN Sports. And don't forget, we'll be right back here next January for another season of the ISHL on LSN Sports. The semifinals of the Justice Cup playoffs and the Justice Cup final itself tomorrow at the Willowbrook Aerodrome. If you're around the area, go up there and watch some great Houston area high school hockey. For David Feliciano, I'm Michael Silvers and our entire LSN Sports crew. Hope you enjoyed our season as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next season, so long, everybody.